Live. 3, 2. Okay, I think we are live on YouTube and TikTok at the moment.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
There it goes.
There it goes. There it goes.
We still haven't decided what you want to be addressed by.
I'm Shin the Fanboy.
Oh, officially.
Officially.
You're taking that.
And who are you?
I'm still me. I'm still McGann the Fangirl.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, you have McGann the Fangirl, and today we have got some Star Wars Lego sets that we are going to be playing with today. Okay. My eyes are so old, I can't see the names of the things. The Razor Crest Microfighter and Boba Fett's Starship Microfighter.
I still hold fast the idea that they should call it Boba Fett's Fire Spray. It just feels so generic. And there are other ships out there in the Star Wars galaxy that fit that profile. I mean, I know why they did it. The old name was a little, always a little iffy, even back in the day.
Are you trying
Oh,
to...
fine. I was just going to go with that. We'll go with a little punch side. Fine.
You're trying to save the boxes.
Well, this does look like it's Book of Boba Fett, just given the dark pants and the dark arms. So, technically, this would be a more modern Star Wars set.
I'm gonna ask such a non-fangirl question. What did he have in the original movie then?
It was more tans and whites underneath.
I don't remember it looking different than the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is.
But it's completely take your word for it.
It's only one of those things that you really notice if you're a Star Wars mega fan.
You know what though? You never see Star Trek Legos, or even like Star Trek Mega Blocks.
You know, I'm racking my brain trying to think of, was there indeed a time where we had such a thing? And the only thing I can think of is, I think the closest thing we got was not too long ago. There was a Star Trek Playmobil.
Was there?
Oh yeah, I believe it was a collector's set. It
really?
was.
I'm gonna look this up while you're.
Well, it was original series, but yeah, it was. I mean, it was an expensive set, I believe, or near $500.
New?
Yeah. In fact, it wasn't so long ago that I think they might not still be available at some point. Okay, unsurprisingly, it looks like they want us to build the minifigure first, but since none of these bags are labeled, I do believe that means that we're going to dump out everything and try and sort it all out that way. Okay, so... Okay, everyone ready for that magical sound? Oh, wonderful.
You are oddly right. There is a Star Trek Playmobil USS Enterprise.
Yeah, original series. And not like the
I love Playmobil. I don't know how I haven't heard of this.
Well, I think part of it is, okay, so getting back to this, it's not the new Kelvinverse. It's the original, 60s TV show. If they made an Enterprise D from Next Gen, I don't know if I could resist. I think the reason you haven't heard of it is, I found this out relatively recently, that Playmobil is still a boutique item. They feel that, absolutely, they feel that it would dilute their brand to be... Look at that. They feel it would dilute their brand to be in big box stores, so they only sell through like mom and pop and way back in the day, Toys R Us, because it was a toy specialty store.
I've gotten Playmobil from Walmart.
If you have, it was probably online. I've never seen
I've gotten
this.
the DeLorean right out of Walmart.
That as a licensed property, that may be part of the Back to the Future SKU.
I know Kyrie's gotten a bunch of them back in the day too from Walmart, because they were really hot for a few years there. I'm glad that he has a head under it. I was afraid it was just going to be the helmet with no face.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember the original, the very first Boba Fett Lego. He had like a gap in the visor. and he had a completely black Lego head underneath. So he definitely got the scarring from the new series, and unfortunately, there is some scarring on the back, but no extra face. So he
Aw.
is perpetually scowling and can't possibly be smiling because he's so angsty and brooding. But we love him for that. Okay, next we're gonna finish off his blaster. So we need the double-barreled pistol and what I will reluctantly call one of the lightsaber hilts. That's what we primarily know them for these days. Okay, trying to get this all nice and lined up. Okay, bottom part down, nice and cardinal directions, and according to the instructions, he's right-handed. So this goes into his right hand. Oh, I bet I can flip this up, and yep, he's just gonna shrug this on his shoulder for now. Although one of the things I do really enjoy about putting the minifigures first is that means, oop, we get to set him over here, and he gets to watch us do the rest of it. No, I mean, it's thing I would want to look up, but that was always my understanding, is that as a quote unquote boutique item, you couldn't find Playmobil in other
I know
locations.
they had like a pyramid set and stuff that was really hot because Cookie Swirl C did a lot of Playmobil stuff, and then it got extremely popular for that few years that she was heavy into it. You have beautiful fingernails. I just want to point out mine are like all nubbly, and you've got these glorious grand fingernails.
I wear a lot of gloves when I'm working. Like I'm usually 2-layered because I really enjoy having nails and soft skin. I suppose it shouldn't say soft skin. I enjoy having non-calloused skin. So for those who are wondering what I'm doing, I'm finding out where these specific Lego icons and whatnot are, because I'm unfortunately very, very OCD, and I love it when all of the little Lego name on each of the bricks is all facing either up or to the right as appropriate. It makes me feel very, very, very happy. And actually, as I look at it from this side, it would need to be like this. And that's okay, because now I know. Do.
So, how many Lego Star Wars sets do you think you've done?
In my entire life, or for this
Sure.
channel?
I mean, obviously, I know the answer to the latter.
Okay, looks like we've got a little disc for a thruster going in the back. And he'll go right like that. Okay, make sure he's lined up nice and right. Okay. And looks like it's booster time. So this little translucent piece goes right here. And another one right back here for thrusties. That's like walkies for starships, thrusties. Okay, back to the top. Now, obviously, the alignment rule doesn't work when you've got to have pieces like that that are going in a specific direction that you cannot otherwise manipulate, and that's okay.
It doesn't eat at you, keep you up at night?
No, it really doesn't. Because in the end, it's about the form. It's when I have the choice, like doing that. If I were to do that, yeah, that actually would bug me a little bit. I would want to fix it. I could live if I didn't, but
You would just think about it every day.
Nah, for a couple days. Eventually, I'd forget about it. It's one of the nice things about having less than perfect memory while being OCD. Little step piece goes very nicely right there. I believe that's going to be where our delightful Airfet will be sitting down.
Oh, someday we should find all of your Lord of the Rings Legos and just show them off. I don't even remember them existing, and I loved Lord of the Rings when it came out. I had so much merchandise, but I do not remember Legos. You sure it wasn't The Hobbit?
I am absolutely positive.
And since you're old enough to have lived through it, I'll trust your memory.
I'm going to point out that you also lived through it. You were just younger.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean, though. I was there and I don't remember Legos. 5,000 years ago.
I was there, Gandalf, 3,000 years ago. Let's see. Okay, now we're getting into a complicated piece, so we will set our friend down there for just a moment. Okay. So, gray with a Technic cross.
With a what cross?
Technic.
These are the term to me. I'm not sure.
What, Lego Technic?
Oh, like Lego Tech.
Yeah. Well, so when I see parts like this that are very obviously meant for, hinges and whatnot, my first exposure to them was with Technic, and so that's just kind of how I refer to them.
I thought it was a religious school background thing where this specific cross is called Technic.
Oh my!
Like I thought there was going to be some strange biblical reason that I'd never heard of.
That's where we went.
That's where we went.
That's where we went.
I'm sorry, I didn't go to a private school in high school, so I don't know the things.
Welcome to the Church of Lego. This is a Technic cross, of which our savior, Brick Jesus.
Brick Jesus.
Oh, I think we'll get demonetized for that.
No.
Okay, so I got 2 of these friends now. Ah, okay. And it looks like these are going to be the little stabilizer wings. And this is an excellent example of OCD kicking in, so we're going to reverse this one so the Lego emblems are facing up. Double check which is top and which is bottom. That's bottom. And voila.
You can add hours of fun to your build
by
having OCD.
And we do. Hours and hours, but the reward at the end is worth it because you know that everything's lined up just right. And the things, when you go back and look at them on your shelf or you take them down to, fiddle with them, it's just that much more gratifying. Speaking solely from personal experience, obviously. Okay. And click. Okay, looks like this is going to be the last bit of the main body. And there we go. Most of the rest of this is probably going to be accoutrements. And then eventually fitting the minifig in.
I love these interesting specialized pieces. I'm sure it's in a million other sets, but...
Interestingly enough, you can go to, I believe Brickopedia has a breakdown of sets, and they will actually tell you how many other sets feature that particular piece.
Every set?
Every set they have recorded.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be most of them. It's really fun going back to some old sets, like I recently rebuilt my old M-Tron Legos. I think I mentioned that the last time. And I was missing a piece or two that I couldn't find, and I had to end up ordering. But as I'm trying to figure out what the part numbers are, it mentions, yeah, this one particular piece, especially if it's like the emblem pieces, with the big M-Tron M or like the Space Police logo, things like that,
yeah.
Those might only be available in either that line or on that particular set. It's just really neat knowing that there are truly unique pieces that were only available, You know, like I was saying for the Boba Fett, there have been so many Boba Fetts since the original, but the original was the one that had, like, again, the cross, the T gap, and had the black minifigure head behind it.
Well,
But that was, of course, before. I believe that was, in fact, before Attack of the Clones, before he had any kind of face. It was always mystery back
gosh,
then.
you're right. It was. There's just been so much Star Wars lately that
Oh yeah,
it just feels like a blur.
Well, and again, I certainly wouldn't say it's a bad thing that we got more Star Wars, but way back, you know, when it was a couple book, you know, the 3 movies, a couple books, and something like, you know, the Shadows of the Empire series, and that was kind of it. And now, just by comparison, we have so much more.
So does Lego do a thing where if you are missing or have lost a piece, will they replace it for you?
My understanding is that, generally speaking, yes, and the exception is minifigure parts, because unfortunately there is an incredible aftermarket on the minifigures.
See, Mega Bloks has the same kind of thing on their site where they're like, oh, if you don't have this piece in your kit, or oh, if you like lost a piece, we can replace it for free. But then it's like they won't replace any specialty pieces from like Pokemon or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Because it's
so mad.
Well, that's usually part of like a licensing agreement. They don't want people. They want things to be you know, unique to their sets, and they don't want to create, again, like I said, some kind of aftermarket about them.
But if you open a kit and you're missing something, that's so frustrating.
It would be. I imagine that they go through extra levels of quality control to make sure that they don't have that problem.
I don't know. Mega Bloks in general, I always have a problem of just keeping them together. Like Legos stay together very well, sometimes too well. But like Mega Bloks, it's like you blink at them and they fall apart.
That's what the brick separator is for.
Well, yeah, but those didn't exist until more recently.
They've been around for like 15 years at this point.
That feels recent to me.
I mean,
I wasn't even in high school anymore.
Compared to Lego's incredible history, I suppose that is a more recent development. But for those keeping up with the rest of us, this was in fact the last brown piece. So we are gradually wrapping things up to the end. Oh, and again, another specialty piece time. So we're going to put his, I don't know, at the moment, it's kind of like a Boba Pram. I feel like we could put little wheels down here and just...
Hi, Joshua.
Now then, start with this. Okay, you see, this is where it gets interesting, because now I need to look at where this is going to go to figure out, oh, okay, now I see. I think I see, yes. And now I know where it's fitting onto the main piece, and I can properly align everything. Abracapocus. Oh, sometimes it's so hard to see those little emblems in there. That very satisfying clasp. Nice thing is, big pieces like this are very easy to look at and go, yep, that goes right there.
I wish my eyes are better. Like, things are going all over the place on the TikTok thing for live, and I cannot make out any of it. Eye is old. Hi, TikTok.
Do you want to grab my tablet and you can log in there and view it live? You can be one of your own viewers. You can be one of my viewers.
It will only let me log in if you have a TikTok account.
No. I suppose it was inevitable, wasn't it? Oh no. Oh no.
So wait, all the months I've begged you to get TikTok and you've been like, no, no, no. You will get it for your own vanity?
I mean, I can justify it by saying it's more like your vanity.
Is it, though?
So anyway, the original...
You shouldn't just Zoidberg away every time I'm right.
The original Lego figures for Star Wars, when licensing and all that first started. Oop, and I'm backwards. It's going to end up going something like that. No! No! You see, it's important to discover these things early. Oh, no.
It's in there forever now.
It is in here forever now.
Oh, I have a brick separator next to my bed, but we're not at my place.
I'm very industrious. Oh, no! Oh, no! The problem has compounded. Whew. Okay. We are back in proverbial business. Okay.
I believe in you.
Okay. And now here, and then back here. And then one more time.
One more time.
I wish these weren't so hard to see.
I think it might just have to be a dream you give up on.
We'll
You'll
see.
never see all the Legos.
Oh, it's true. I am wasting valuable time. And I know that audiences do not like their time wasted. They can be fickle that way if you're not careful. Yes, and Airfet would be rightfully angry with me. Okay. So anyway, we're going to build him like this, as is in the instructions, but we will be manipulating things as though it would be like that. This is why it's important to be able to look ahead and understand where everything goes. Fits very nicely in there. I do like a little bit of character. You have the rounded pieces going into there. Therefore, it gives it's not a completely flush, solid piece.
A little bit of character. You sound like somebody on NPR trying to describe Legos. It's adorable.
I mean, it is my avid NPR listening coming out now.
In the last year, I've never once heard you put on NPR in the car.
Well, it's usually because you and I have plenty of things to talk about. When it's just me in the car, I usually listen to NPR just because otherwise people will think I'm crazy. I mean, not that they need any more reasons to think that, but I don't want to encourage this.
I don't think they think you're crazy. I just think they think you're the kind of guy that they wouldn't want to be stuck alone with, because then all the jokes would start.
Wonderful, glorious jokes. See, and this is what I'm talking about as well. Look at that character. Look at this. It's giving me that idea like it's worn paint. That the entire rest of the ship is done in these browns and greens, except where the paint's all worn away, and that's where the gray is. I love how they're able to display character on these.
So you think that's intentional? I just thought that they were like scuffed up pieces.
I mean, I'm trying to remember exactly what the fire spray looks like on the shows, and I swear it's because it's so worn. I mean, in the lore, Django is flying it in Attack of the Clones, and who knows how old it is at that point, and it survives all the way through the Clone Wars, all the way through the Empire, to where Book of Boba Fett takes place, and just think of how long that must be. Trying to keep a spaceship, something that tiny little pinholes will cause it to implode, that kind of thing.
Jeez, just get dark there.
Well, you see, this is why maintenance is important.
But it feels like most of Star Wars just has a bunch of people driving ships that should not technically be airworthy.
I mean, they do use Tony Stark kind of repulsor technologies. They're able to decelerate without the stunt fighters are able to break atmosphere and enter atmosphere without gigantic heat shields.
But like,
so
okay, you know, on Lower Decks where they had the episode with the guy.
okay,
with the ship
okay.
that
Number
fell
one,
apart.
I'm just gonna say Star Trek
What did I
versus.
say?
We're talking Star Wars.
Yeah, I said Lower Decks. I didn't
Yes,
say Star Wars.
Yeah, but the like the show that ships like this shouldn't be able to.
I'm just giving an example of where Star Trek might be better.
What? See, that will get us demonetized.
Nah, it'll just start a fight.
They're perfect. Both of them are perfectly wonderful series, and I would not want to live with one of them over the other. And thankfully, I don't have to.
But in Lower Decks, where they had that ship and the tractor beam that just totally fell apart, that feels like every ship in Star Wars. Like everything that's not a Federation ship feels like some ratchet piece of junk that's just about to like cave in and should not be in space. They're risking their lives every time they start the ignition.
Yep, that's kind of the idea. It's supposed to give itself this well, number one, I think it's supposed to be that space travel has become so ubiquitous that they treat them the same way that we do cars. And I think that's exactly the point. That generally speaking, ships are just supposed to be, from your method from getting to point A to point B. Because in most fights, in most space battles, you don't blow one hole and watch, parts and possibly people get sucked out into the vacuum of space. Usually ships just blow up completely.
I'm getting Roberto vibes.
Futurama reference for those who are not in the know.
I like how you knew it and you still just like went right past it. That was hilarious. I'll never forgive you.
What?
I'll never laugh at your jokes again.
What? Do I need to practice my stabbing? Yeah! What's the matter, Red? Scared? Noticeably? I'll say. Now stand back. I've got to practice my stabbing. Okay, ready for the big interlock. And yeah, it's got this nice little area for Mr. the Fett.
Let's see, does he have to sit or stand?
I'm guessing sit.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not quite done yet, though. I am surprised that they included a blaster for him. I'm not complaining, but I honestly thought that with essentially the ship being the accessory for the figure, that they would have gone with not having that there, because there's really no place to store it. We're going to be in there with him rattling around. Okay. Now it looks like a pair of stabilizer fins. And there's only one way for these to fit. Oh, that's going to throw everybody off.
Is it?
I mean, it's definitely going to throw me off.
If I'm wrong, I'll recant on my deathbed.
I don't know. I'm not feeling this right now.
What, the camera angle change?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it looks good.
Maybe it does, but half the charm of this channel is me dealing with my OCD, and all of a sudden you're upsetting the balance.
Well, from this angle, I can see what's going on much better. Because otherwise you have your glorious hand, like, blocking out a lot of action. But I can see you now on the reflective surface. It's a good thing you're cute. Oh, so there's like nothing to keep him space safe here.
But yeah, it's a mini ride.
I know what it is.
Oh, sorry, it is a microfighter. Okay, so I'm thinking you are definitely a spare piece. One of you is a spare piece, one of you is a spare piece, and you are a spare piece. Okay, now looks like actual pressure pressure missiles go on the bottom. If I remember, oh, these do have a stamped insignia. So I'll put those top facing there. And there, that should be nice and aligned. And make one more, and those will go into missile slots on the very bottom.
You're a missile slot.
And I have no idea what that means. Okay. Means find the bottom of you. And that should be lined up very nice. Okay. And remember, you are not allowed to fire these at people.
Do they fire?
I just said they're pressure missiles.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Like they will shoot. Oh. I thought you meant there was a button somewhere that I was totally overlooking.
No.
You just love to confuse me.
No, they're pressure missiles. As in you apply pressure and they become missiles. You'd be a little careful about where you place your hands, though. Okay, it's been a little while since I've done this. I am now going to hurt myself for the sake of all of this.
Don't.
Oh no! Oh no! Apparently I'm not, because that
Yeah,
apparently is a surefire way to
I feel like that should
tear
just
it
be
apart.
aesthetically pleasing, and that's it. I feel like the box is a lie.
Okay. So I don't see any good place to put his blaster, but despite no steering wheel, he should fit very nicely right in here. Although maybe that's the point. Maybe he's supposed to...
Just reach out the window.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're going to try this the right way. Yes, and why not? Okay, this is also bugging me. Like, the barrel is up here, but they want you to attach it on the lower portion. I'm not digging this. I feel like it should be like this. But, because LEGO has it designed like this, for the sake of this video, we'll go with that.
He's doing a drive-by.
It kind of feels like that, doesn't it? I feel like we need one of those turntables.
I have one at home, but again, unfortunately, I can't bring everything.
That's okay. All I need is you.
Oh, I love you.
Love you too.
Where's our little box of bits that we had earlier?
I believe I have it here with the Countach.
The bits, the bits, the bits, the bits.
So this is where we're putting all of our extra build parts in. I don't know if they'll ever be useful for anything, but my OCD feels a lot better when I've got a place for things like that.
Yes, we eventually amass enough from all the Lego kits that we have all these extra Legos for people to play with.
I burped it like it was food. It was completely unnecessary, but I feel better having done it. Okay, how deep are we now?
In terms of
Time.
Oh, it has been 35 minutes.
Ooh, do you think we can get this one built? It is 13 more pieces.
I'm sure we can make it work.
I think we can get it done get the whole thing done in the hour time frame.
Well, I didn't know we gave ourselves a time frame, but just a
We're
little
gonna work on
teaser
We're gonna
for
try.
a future build. We've got, what is the official? Oh, the
75316 Mandalorian Starfighter. This was acquired from a Walmart sale, and we will be building that hopefully in the near future.
I can't get it far enough back to get it on.
But it is big enough at 544. We're probably gonna have to break that one into multiple sessions.
That'll be like an all-day build when
Something
we have
like
the mental and emotional.
Well,
energy.
I also the big thing for me though is I got to make sure that I go back and watch a little bit of Rebels and make sure I remember all the proper this and that's about Gar Saxon, since his minifigure is in that set.
It is.
I was
Flipping the box.
when I first heard him, well, like when he introduces himself, you know, I am Gar Saxon. I swore he said Garth, and I was like, no, they didn't do that.
I'm Darth Vader, y'all.
Mhm. On the other hand, again, that's one of the reasons I tend to watch with subtitles, so I don't mishear these things. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently, even this set has building instructions on the Lego app. How cute. Oh, and the instructions also recommend sorting things by color.
Boo.
Now, unsurprisingly, Lego Pedro Pascal does not have a face.
Really?
Yep.
They seem like they're from similar releases and lines. Yeah, 75321 is this one. 75344 was the last one. Why would they give Boba a face and not?
Because Boba's constantly taking off his helmet in his series, but the
Yes,
entire
he's
point of
not
The
a villain.
Mandalorian is, what, 2 episodes, and one of which was only for a few seconds?
He still has a face, and we all want to see our daddy's face.
I don't know. I kind of like the mystery. Ooh, it still feels good.
I'm just gonna throw all this away.
Okay. So, seems like they want us to start with the minifigure again, so we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, and I love how absolutely shiny he is. Look at that.
He is quite reflective for a flat minifigure.
Mm-hmm. Went all out on the deco. Ooh, look! Decorations on the panel. I love it. Absolutely love it. No notes.
Blaster.
Jetpack.
Blaster jetpack. Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
I mean, there will be.
In my head, it made sense. Oh, he's just got a blacked out face. Hold on, before you put the helmet on.
That's what I just said. That was.
I know, but like, why couldn't the
about.
helmet just be his? Hold on.
Because then it wouldn't be a Lego head. You couldn't use the helmet for other figures, for this and that.
I guess it's technically correct, but
Mm-hmm.
no face at all. Boo.
Oh, interestingly enough, however, they have him as left-handed, which, if I'm remembering the show, I think that is accurate. Oh, I feel like that's a Google moment. I think I should ask that right now.
Hey, Google.
Temporary pause on all
Is
this.
Din Djarin left or right-handed?
Oh, should I ask it like that? Is Pedro Pascal left-handed? There's a Reddit about this. And then... Okay, there are pictures of him signing things where he is doing it with his right hand. Interesting. That's okay. Is Din Djarin left-handed? And it does not recognize the name, so we'll get back to that later. So I'm trying to remember, is he in the show? I swore some of the angles had him.
You two can't be sure that nothing was mirrored either.
Mm-hmm. And of course, who's to say that's not the case with the little figure right here? Okay, once we get a quick figure out for where everything is. Okay, so they are having us build the Razor Crest facing this way. So we're going to align all of the Lego emblems to go that way and that way. Okay, so we're going to start with a flat 4x2. Looks like we're going to make his little, I don't even want to call it a seat, but his little living quarter area. I do kind of miss the Razor Crest, though. I know he's... Ah! What was that?
I was trying to turn it brighter. I hit the wrong button. I don't know how to undo it now. I'm slowly getting there. You keep going.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm working with.
You love me, shush.
My love does not immunize you from sass.
That's no fair.
But that
I should get the least amount of sass.
you do get the least amount of sass.
You.
That was well-deserved sass.
Rude.
The truth is often and comes in ways we don't want to hear.
I'll remember this the next time you make a mistake in public.
Thankfully, that's going to be a very long time coming.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Oh, really? Oh, really?
I seem to recall somebody who couldn't beat a 70-year-old man in a simple party game.
That's also very true. That was quite embarrassing.
All you had to do is blow up a balloon. And you talked a great big
game. And I don't have the lips for blowing up balloons. I really thought I did. I'd gotten much better about it. Okay, this is going to slide right in here. Oh, I wish I could convey to an audience how absolutely satisfying that was. It just locks right in. Blessed be. Oh my gosh.
Blessed be the fruit under his eye.
For it is an apple in his eye, the apple of my eye, the cream in my coffee.
What tangent did you go down?
A different one than you, clearly.
I very much believe that, but which one was yours?
It kind of segued into Roger Rabbit somehow.
That's why it sounded familiar.
The apple in my eye, the cream in my coffee.
I'm Marvin Acme.
Sound, mind, and body. Oh, Lord, we're just going to turn this into a quote fest, aren't we?
Random sound bites, go.
Okay. And I feel bad. I'm not even talking about this right now. Look at this. This has been so satisfying. I cannot even tell you.
It feels so much more compacted than the other one.
I mean, with 13 more pieces, I'm sure it's not going to be gigantic, but I get the impression it's going to far out a little bit. It's got a lot of these big round pieces, which the only thing that the fire spray had that was comparable was the brown body pieces. And despite all of my stalling, there it is. See, that's why they tell you to separate things by color. And I wouldn't listen.
Well, that's very ableist. What about the colorblind people? Would they be able to see the difference between all those grays?
That's an excellent question, to which I do not have the answer. I imagine that there's still a slight tonal difference.
I don't know. I am legally not colorblind, but even I forget which colors are which a lot. I don't know if it's because I'm old. I don't know if I have a bad brain. But sometimes I'm looking at blue going like orange.
Oh no, did I just wreck this?
I'm sure it's fixable.
No, we're good. Nope, we're not.
Shall there be punishments?
Well, the nice thing is there's really only like 3 or 4 pieces that aren't stuck the way they are. Oh, I get to do a really satisfying thing again. I guess I didn't notice halfway through that they instructions spin it around. I don't know if I'm making a whole bunch of new enemies or not. I feel like I'm kind of stalling, even though it's not. Ah! Even though it's not the objective.
It's alright. We're just here to have zen moments.
Maybe that's what I need to start doing. I need to start giving those the very audible, at least the ones where it applies. Okay. I was wondering what you guys were. I was thinking they were going to be some kind of.
They're the little shooters for his
Yep.
loops.
Yeah, they are. When I saw them, I was like, are those landing gear? Okay, so we'll put Blasty Boys in there and then. But once again, remember, you cannot fire them at people. That's rude.
Speak for yourself. People are rude.
If I am rude to you, then you are allowed to fire Lego bits at me.
This is permanently put on the internet now. Oh, can you repeat that thing where you said I get to be your boss? Because I'm your girlfriend?
I feel there's missing context here.
No, that's exactly what you said.
I definitely think there's missing context here.
What was the missing context then?
Can't talk, concentrating on Legos.
So then we'll just take my word for it then that it was said.
No.
It was said in front of your own nephew.
This feels like it needs to have
that I get to be your boss because I'm your girlfriend and you're untrustworthy in decision making.
See, that's beginning to sound more accurate. I believe it was because you were a better planner. And that I should trust you to make the plans. Oh. Okay. An interesting twist, we're going to be putting 2 of these on top of each other.
Why doesn't he have the baby?
I imagine because they were approaching part count and or there was no good place to put him. Or the particular scene that we're recreating is where he has to go rescue him.
It's for that episode and a half where he doesn't have the baby.
Well, where he both has access to the Razor Crest and does not have baby.
Surely, though, they have to have the Grogu Legos. They have to exist.
No, they absolutely exist. The last set I got of Mandalorian had them. And don't call me Shirley.
How many Star Wars Lego sets do you have? You never answered. Approximate.
The ones I usually get are either on sale or otherwise have some kind of meaning. I'm really going to have to say probably only a half dozen.
Oh, that's
Maybe
way lower than I thought.
Maybe a few more than that. Maybe 8, 10 tops.
Now, how many Lord of the Rings Lego sets do you think you had?
Again, Lord of the Rings, not counting The Hobbit, all of them except for Castle Ornthonk.
That's not an estimation, though.
Well, that's easier because it was a much more limited series. Lego Star Wars, as we just illustrated, has been going on for 25 years at this point, something like that.
Only that long? Only since the second trilogy came out?
Well, like I said, remember that for a long time, Lego did not do anything licensed. It was all original. And licensing, for better or worse, did help save the company. I think there's
But then
definitely...
Didn't they come in and say Lego has too much licensing and too much diversity?
There is something said about that. I feel like when... Okay, again, personal opinion coming in here. I feel like when it's a Lego-owned piece, and it doesn't strike any kind of nostalgic chords, it's much, and especially when it's lacking in specific personalized pieces, it is much, much, much easier to tear it apart, tear it down to its component parts and build something new out of it. Again, that's a personal opinion. Some people may think differently. I'm definitely not going to say it's bad or wrong, but it does feel like it's a market change. Extra part. Feel very confident saying. Where were we? Sorry, I'm still getting in the hang of making sure that chat can see all of this. Hi, chat. It does feel good as it begins to, resemble everything.
Yeah, it feels like it's so close to being done, but there's so many pieces left.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we have all of the barrel jet thingies.
Mm-hmm. Those will go fairly quickly, though. Don't you hate it when you're paying attention to something and then you realize it's very likely you just missed something? And I do believe I did. There should be slope over here because there's also one over here. Okay, that's it for that section. Moving back to the main body.
So what do you think of the Lego sets, like the interactive Mario ones? Do you think those are just going to be a gimmick for the Mario line, or do you think they're going to expand on those ever?
Very interesting question. What always gets me about, that and things like Hidden Side, I think like their unique selling point is that they have the app, and at a certain point, I could not tell you what it is, but at a certain point they will go defunct. And that part does worry me. The way that video did not catch on the way they hoped it would, and I wonder how long those tools will be supported.
Video? Lego video? What are we talking about?
The sets that had like the rock band aesthetic, the little boxes, and you could make music videos with them, and it would help add music and animate things and whatnot.
Okay, yeah.
But again, it just did not take off the way they were hoping and or expecting they would.
I don't like the dots that they have out now. It doesn't
Well,
feel like they really add anything.
It's literal artwork. I mean, like most of them are even recreating famous works of art.
I saw one. It looked like the Hedwig owl from Harry Potter, and just like, just put random colored dots on it. Like, it seems so weird.
I mean, I honestly think it's architecture series for people who only have wall space and not shelf space. Again, not my personal thing, but I get it. I do actually get it. dun, 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 dun. Wow. See, but Boba Fett actually got like a little canopy. I don't think this is gonna have anything like that.
Yeah, you're right. It looks very open on the box.
Well, it's the whole microfighter thing. I get the impression that you're buying this for the specific minifigure.
I mean, I feel like these under 100 pieces sets are something like grandmas get so that their grandchildren will not die while they're there. Let's be honest, old people houses are boring. They want to just sit and hang out, and kids don't want to just sit and hang out. They want to do things.
It's upsetting me how incredibly accurate that was for. And the weird part was, I think it was due to lack of life experience. But when we would visit my my grandmother's house, the idea that my parents and my grandmother would just be sitting there talking for hours, just talking about what could possibly be so interesting. We talk about that. I've got Transformers and Lego and Playmobil in here. You know, I.
That's why I don't like traveling on Christmas, because you have your kids open all these cool toys and then go, okay, let's sit with old people and have old people food and do all the stuff you don't want to do right now.
Old people food?
Yes, like, you know, cream corn and ham and...
What's wrong with ham?
It's just an older person food. Like,
it is not.
Younger people don't typically eat
this
these
is
things.
A horrible lie.
And not that they don't eat ham, period, but just like the whole, like, put it in the oven kind of a spiral cut ham.
I'm still not understanding the problem here.
I feel like they're out of fashion for what most younger people eat.
Okay, admittedly, I grew up, you know, spiral cut ham for a holiday. Is that just not a thing anymore? Am I?
I mean, I feel like it's atypical for a lot of younger people to want that.
Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are at fault. Or the children who are wrong.
They are wrong. They're to blame.
And snap right there in the center. Oh, and technically it can pivot, but you shouldn't do that.
I'm gonna abandon you for just a minute.
It's
You're
okay.
on your own filling conversation.
It's just gonna be me and chat for a little while then. Okay, let's bring this right here at the front. I do like it when pieces come with tampoed or printed pieces already on them. Those who were here for the Countach video might have noticed that some of the stickers did not go on right, and I had to fix them up a little bit off camera. As much as I want things to be very, very straight, I'm not always the best at getting them in that state in the first place. I tried very hard, though. Very hard. And let's line these up to go that way. Okay. There. And these will be facing vertical, and a translucent slope knocks in right there. And then this goes right on the front there. Oh my, it does have landing gear. Okay, looks like the little studs. I can never look at these things the same way since the Lego games. All I think to myself is I should be collecting these. Okay, so we'll put the two Lego logos facing the right way. And then we'll make sure that they're still facing the right way underneath. And voila. So that's what the underside there is going to be like. Try and make a little more room for you guys. Unfortunately, because the camera angle has been changed, I do not have a ready view of the assembling area anymore, so I can't double check myself and make sure that I'm looking at it the right way.
This build is actually going much faster than the first one. We're only at 60 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, but the idea was to be done at 60 minutes, so...
I don't believe we made that claim.
I thought we could do it. Aww, this is neat. It's got the little ramp at the back, even though
Oh, yeah.
there's technically no way to actually get anything in. But what's important is that he can theoretically butt scoot his way out of it.
Butt scoot.
Okay, so we're gonna have this over here. Actually, we'll have him over here. We're gonna try and build these engines in fair sight of everyone. Whew, these will be a bit more complicated. Okay, so gotta know what I'm doing to put these on right and left. Yeah, this will be real interesting. Okay, so we're going to build ships left first. Okay. Da-da. Da-da. Then 2 more at the front. 1, 2. Okay, next one. Another cylinder. Facing that way. No, don't roll. I need you here so I can properly observe you. Ooh, what have we here? Copyright. I think that's 2023 Lego Group. Can't quite tell. I feel like this would have been manufactured before 2023. Okay, good news and bad news. The good news is I didn't realize I was building this backwards again. But the good news is all that means I need to do is turn it around for the other one and then just build this next one correctly. Perfect.
You did it.
So proud.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
This thruster is a nice peachy color, isn't it? Okay. In case anyone is actually wondering, we saw the Super Mario movie opening night. Do gotta recommend if you're a Nintendo fan. I am legit curious as to, how non-fans would enjoy it. I felt like there was a ton of references and callbacks. And when it's made for you, I really don't have a good gauge on just how enjoyable it would be for, a lay person.
I mean, I just think it depends what kind of movies they're into. I don't think many kids would complain about it. I think it's fun enough that all children would enjoy it.
Okay. All those in. So we're going to do that. Okay. And this time we just need to bear in mind that this is going to be facing this way. It's okay. We've got this. Peaches, peaches. Oh, now you got me doing it.
It worked. I hope he wins the Oscar for that song. I hope that that wasn't a prank. I hope that's a real thing.
I will only weigh in on this argument after I see what his competition is.
I mean,
what if the what if there's a new song in the new Little Mermaid and it absolutely kills it?
there are several new songs, but I don't know.
And actually, like new songs, not just like new renditions.
Yeah, they're doing the old songs and new songs.
That'll be fun.
And they say it is the longest live-action Disney adaptation to date.
That might be less fun. We'll see. I mean, I usually have, and obviously there are exceptions to this rule, but I usually believe that most Disney films need to stick it around the 90-minute mark.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're saying the full runtime is going to be for the new Little Mermaid, but I do love, I saw all her sisters and all their different tales are so pretty.
Again, I'll always give it the benefit of the doubt. We'll always give it a try. But the thing is, when you say the longest,
it could be by a minute, it could be by an hour.
Yeah, exactly. My brain just goes, Lordy, is that going to be a 2.5 hour film in that case?
Could be.
Could be.
Although that reminds me, Mattel Creations was doing some surprise Disney thing. I don't know if that's passed yet or not.
Yeah, we can take a look once we're done here. If
beaches, 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 I love you.
Ow!
If you can finish this in the next 2 minutes, you will beat your time on making the other one.
I mean, that seems very doable. I believe I'm coming to the last of it. Just about the usual, indulging my OCD and making sure it's the way I want it to be. There we go. Okay.
We have that many spare pieces.
Little din fits right in there. Well, you see, interestingly enough, the red ones are ammo. Let me check. I thought I saw them go. Oh no, they do go in vertically. I thought I saw them being fired sideways. What I really like about these, besides just pressure fire, is that by being pressure fire, there's no springs under. Whoa! Whoa! I love it. There's no springs under pressure now, so you don't have to worry about leaving them disarmed, or if gosh forbid when you put them away for a little bit or to move or whatever, you don't have to worry about leaving them tensioned.
So is that the end then?
I do believe I've got
extra bits?
Got 2 extra ammo pieces. Otherwise, these are all extra. And I suppose for now, at least, even extra ammo can go into the spare part bin. Okay.
So then this is the little baby Razor Crest, which feels no longer relevant now. That what is it that he has now? What did they call it?
That's an N1.
Naboo.
Yeah, it's a Naboo Starfighter, the N1. Although it's all in Dinjarin silver.
It only took in 70 minutes, roughly.
Talent.
I'm going to try to pull the TikTok camera down. You cannot see what I'm hitting. Woo!
This is all levels of entertaining, let me tell you.
I'm sure it is. I cannot see at all what I'm hitting.
There you go, guys. I think that'll do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that about does it for us then. We'll probably be signing off now, yes? Anything else?
Just going to make starship noises.
How do I get out of live? I've forgotten how to get out of live.
Never let it be said that we are fully prepared for this.
And okay, let me get out of live on YouTube. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you.
Oh, gotta correct that. And